Wow. Wow! I mean, whoever said you couldn't teach a old dog new tricks has obviously not seen the newest Freedom Expresses here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. If you'd like to see if we have this in stock and available, please visit the link in the video description. This is their best-selling 257 BHS Bunkhouse model. 5,400, 25 pounds. And, I mean, this has gone through a Kardashian-level facelift. It is almost unrecognizable from only a few months ago when the early season models were out. This is a later season update at the time of this filming. Really sharp. It looks like a rolling mobile beach house. It feels like an ocean breeze has blown through Coachmen RV and touched up all their Freedom Expresses. But, kind of like a can of Pepsi, it's, you know, brand new look, same great taste. It's got all the things that have made this a best-selling and extremely harshly copied ultralight out there in the market. Yet, no one is, you know, has really quite duplicated what they have here. Like, for instance, Coachmen includes the indoor-outdoor picnic table with their campers, and it stores up here out of the way, so it's not occupying this 42 cubic foot of storage space that you have up front. That's like a three-quarter ton pickup bed truck, kids. Full length LED pass-through storage lighting, and your pass-through storage lighting and nose cap accent lights are accessible right there. You look around, you see aluminum skeleton, you see double-sided welding, you don't see single-sided welding. You see wider, bigger 30-inch baggage doors for easier access. You see the magnetic holdbacks on those baggage doors. This is sharp. Now, I've long had a huge respect for the Freedom Express by Coachmen here at Haylett's, because despite the fact that this is the busiest segment of the market at Haylett RV, this has continued to be a standout product because it holds a unique distinction that personally resonates with me, and that is that this is really exclusively the industry's only tall person friendly ultralight, because they have a taller interior, yet it's very lightweight and easily towable. And those are things that don't normally go together. Taller means bigger, bigger means heavier, and that doesn't mean lighter, but Coachmen pulled it off. And that's what's made them so cool. It's 100 little things that make them different. And again, if you want to verify what we have in stock, because like even the interior decor in this video, it's called Russet. It could be different from the one that we have in stock. Maybe it's chestnut or tumbleweed or whatever fluff name they come up with. They can't just call them brown and browner. They got to give them a fluffy pants name. Anyway, you get the point. So all the nuts and bolts that have always been there are still there. This is a cosmetic only update, but wow, is it in depth. So They stick with the 20-pound propane tanks instead of 30s, because on a Sunday, you can exchange those anywhere. They're lighter weight, they're easier to manipulate. Speaking of weight management, they also tongue mount the spare tires on their Freedom Expresses. That is for load equalization purposes, because weight up front is better than weight in back. It'll help prevent this, basically. It'll help prevent the tail from wagging the dog. We like to put a power tongue jack on these. That is not a standard piece of equipment, so I do want to point that out. Now, we do have an enclosed forced air heated underbelly as a matter of happenstance standard on this. I love the lighter accents all over the skirt, the roof, the trim, the slide walls. It's got such a cool three-dimensional feel that it lacked before. Now, speaking of slide walls, we have really rough textured seal gripping, leak preventing slide walls. And to work in conjunction with that, they have this really big aggressive wipe seal here that actually has a T-wiper edge on it so that it fully gets pulled in or out. And that gives you a better, cleaner seal, and it just eliminates so much chance for leaks and whatnot. Slide side windows open for ventilation. Because we have a taller wall, we have a taller slide, we have taller windows, we have more light, more views, more visibility, more airflow, and it's UV tinted to keep it cooler, and it helps provide privacy in the camper. That's all good things. All centralized hookups in what I consider the correct corner of the camper. Even an outside shower with hot and cold water, not a cold water sprayer port like the Dollar Cheaper knockoffs are putting out there right now. Separate TV, like part cable and satellite hookups. That is very uncommon. Normally you get RG6 wiring, which is all in one wiring, but you have to switch devices. You have to manually come out and screw in different things. Black tank flush to keep your tank flushed out when you're out there, because the name's kind of self-explanatory. This has aluminum framed Everything, actually. Everything is aluminum framed. It's got laminated walls on the back, the sides, laminated floor. You have the 3/4 structural nose cap on the front. You can literally walk up and thump that with your hand. I normally do that, but I forgot. So extremely strong, well-built critter. Now, up top, we have a very interesting roof construction I've not seen mirrored anywhere else. They have an aluminum perimeter roof with a heavy-duty wooden truss roof, and here's why they do that. When you have aluminum framed walls, aluminum beams are flat, they're consistent. Wood can vary. So to get a better roof to wall merger, they aluminum perimeter the wall so you got a flat to flat surface for better contact and better structure. Now they use wood truss roofing because it's proven that it is exceptionally strong. It can deflect with like a snowpack here in the Midwest or north of us in Canada, which, you know, welcome if you're from Canada. We saw up to you too, by the way. The roof made out of wood there, the wood trusses are also insulated. Wood is a good insulator as opposed to aluminum tubing, which is an insulation gap. So this doesn't have that defect. Now, check out the function stuff like a maximum sized awning on this critter. You could not put a bigger awning on it. It's not, you just couldn't. It'd have to stick off the nose. So it clearly covers the outside kitchen or bar and grill or whatever you call it in your neck of the woods. These are kind of be like, some places they call them pops, some soda, some cokes. Outside kitchen, outside bar and grill, outside cooker, whatever you call it in your neighborhood. All LED lighting under that awning, easy tilt awning arms. You just pull on it, twist a little crank and lock it down in place. But they've even done their little outside kitchen here a little bit differently. And I really kind of like it because it gives you a ton of counter space. So what it is basically is this rear chunk of countertop folds down, and it's actually what's locking this chunk of countertop out. But now look at the square foot of real estate that we have here with that handy little appliance outlet. Now you notice you can store your handy Coleman camp grill right beside it. So all of that stuff is in here. Your outside kitchen stuff doesn't occupy your pass-through storage stuff. They stay separate. We have a real sink with a real drain with hot and cold water, not the dog dish. So that, I think this is probably one of the best parts of their outside kitchen right there. Now we're talking countertops. I'd be foolish if I didn't mention the pressed membrane thermal foil countertops they're using here. This is all sealed edge. So when it's humid outside, or if it's rainy and you're like riding a bike or kayaking and you didn't realize it, you can put this away and the countertop's not going to swell on you. Over here, we've got Dad's medicine cabinet, my favorite little addition to every outside kitchen. And this speaks to me right here. If you don't care about any of this, this is still worth getting an outside kitchen for, because like I always grew up, I had a green Coleman aluminum dented cooler by the bumper. That's kind of what this does. This gives you a place to keep a couple drinks, bottles of water, barley pop, whatever, outside, so that you don't have to go inside to track dirt through the whole thing. Now, also under the awning, where you're going to put that outdoor picnic table that's included from Coachmen, we've got outside TV hookups, and we've got wide stance, load equalizing stability axles. So when you spread the axles, a couple things happen. It's harder for the trailer to twist. That means it's harder for the trailer to push you around the road. It gives you a smoother ride. Another thing that gives you a smoother ride is it's harder for it to seesaw back and forth, which means you don't bounce as much in the vehicle. This is not a replacement for weight distribution and anti-sway. It's a supplement to. It works in conjunction with. And there's different types of wide stances. They went with the wider wide stance on these for better towing. Triple step instead of double. Big entry handle instead of little entry handle. All these extra little things they're doing here. Now, every camper has some form of solar prep nowadays. If it doesn't, it's still prep for solar. If you don't know what that means or what I mean by that, visit our YouTube channel or call our guys. You can search for just solar prep if you search keywords on our YouTube channel, and I've done a video explaining exactly what that means. So, man, I mean, we've been a Freedom Express dealer for years, and they looked the same. And they were great, don't get me wrong. But man, they have, like it feels like a rolling beach house in here. Like the blue accents on the decals. Like I said, it feels like an ocean spray has touched this thing. It's beautiful. It's lighter. It's brighter. And it already is bigger. And then it feels even bigger with the newer, lighter colors. So, like I said, it's bigger. It's 81 inches tall inside instead of 78. It's got a 3-inch taller roof. That doesn't sound like much, but get off the computer, get into a camper and try one on for size like a pair of pants, and you'll see how much of a difference 3 inches makes. Taller slide out, taller cabinets, taller bunks, taller shower. Now, a lot of campers have that arched roof, but they still only have 6.5 foot walls instead of 6'9" like this. That means shorter slide, shorter cabinets, shorter shower. Everything in this is bigger. Now, normally that would mean more weight, but these are very aggressive on their weights. How do they do it? Well, here's how they do it. Look inside the wall. That white strip, that's called Asdel. This stuff right here. It's the layer under the fiberglass. We've also had Mr. Tim Cummings, who works here at Haylett RV, do a quick little video explaining the benefits of Asdel. And I thought he was the best guy to do it, because not only is he one of our salesmen, but he was our customer before he was our salesman, and he himself is a Coachmen Freedom Express owner. So it was one of the things that he felt was valuable, and he does this every day. So that should tell you the kind of confidence we have in this brand at Haylett RV. And by the way, we only do everything here. I don't care if you have a trade, hitching pieces, parts, financing, whatever. And also, we do not have crazy, scary, hidden fees on top of our clearly published pricing at Haylett RV. Our pricing includes like the freight charge and the destination charges and stuff like that, and the prep fees that other dealers charge you separately. I was talking to someone yesterday, I'm not going to name names, but they said they went up north of us and went to a place, we'll just say Lieutenant RV, and the guy says, man, the dude was like a magician. He turned a $24,000 trailer into a $31,000 trailer right before my eyes. And I said, that's funny, because I got the same thing here for $27,800 out the door every single day, after taxes and tags, including all the propane and batteries and everything. My point with this rant is we're a simple and easy place to work with. All you need to do is give us a call and we'll make it happen. So, back to the task at hand. This ultra popular floor plan. Well, you've got a full true U-dinette, not a 2-bench dinette with a pretend bench in the middle. A full true U-dinette that folds down into a 7-foot sleeper, which allows us to sleep 8. That starts there. Now, this again, thermofoil, pressed membrane, thermofoil, pressed membrane, waterproof, everywhere, even in the bathroom. They have, pardon me, they have accent lights under the slide, or under the dinette benches in the slide, just to kind of help you illuminate in here and brighten it up. It also makes for the perfect little walkway night light to get to bathroom at night. Now, there is full storage under those, but speaking of storage, they have little sliding panels on the back U-dinette at the Freedom Express plant. It's not a big deal, but it is useful. It's something that you're going to use from time to time. Now you don't have to take all the pillows and cushions and dinette platform, like wood bases, off. All you have to do is slide this freestanding elliptical table out of the way and you're in business. That'll fold down into a sleeper, like I mentioned. That can become extra kitchen prep space. Remember, taller slides, taller windows. Also means no head knocking for a big, tall guy like me. Now, right here, this is one of those areas, this floor plan, the 257 BHS Freedom Express, it has been done to death. Everybody who builds bunkhouse campers builds a model really similar to this. But I have not seen anyone yet match the cubic foot of storage space you get in the Freedom Express. I like the 2 drawers. Mom and Dad, socks and underwear for the kids. And you will find use for that, trust me. Now over here, we got the dedicated low cabinet section, but notice, here we have pantry shelving, but there's a hanger up there because this is adjustable shelving. And Coachmen uses the no slide hangers as opposed to a curtain rod, because that means shirts and things can slide. They stay in place with these. So you've got dedicated hanging storage, you've got dedicated pantry, or additional hanging storage. Whatever you need, this floor plan can adapt for you. All those little things, that meant a little extra money. But ain't it useful? Ain't it worth it, you know? We've got our 2 big double over double bunks. You notice that both bunks have a big window for ventilation. Both bunks actually, you see this upper bunk here, it has USB charging and your household outlets. Both bunks get their own little night light. You know, they've done just a great job down here. We'll come back to the kitchen in just a minute. They put some touches in the bathroom I wasn't expecting. Like this little shelf. The little hanger rack right there. Aesthetically, I don't know why, I am completely enchanted by that. I love this thing. It's just that extra little thing, because it's super functional. You can keep some extra shampoos or things up there. It's super functional. Keep some towels drying or anything. You know, hang a jacket, I don't care. Now, you see the taller ceiling I keep talking about. Here's the benefit. I'm 6'3". If you're 6 foot or more, you should really be looking at something like a Freedom Express for the headroom here if that's an important quality to you. And that's a big thing to mention. Every RV is the best in a different way. I'm pointing out the areas where I feel Freedom Express is exceptional. Maybe those aren't qualities that you care about, though. Well, that's why at Haylett RV we offer a lot of different brands, but man, boy howdy does this offer a lot of good ones. Like, we've got a good size sink here. Remember, waterproof, extra space for toilet paper and shampoos and whatnot down there. I like that they actually bias mount, they angle mount their medicine cabinet here so that you can stand directly in front of it and you can shave, you can brush your teeth, whatever. You don't need your butt in the hallway sticking out here, you know. And I also like that they use the bigger paddle switches. It's not a big thing, but like when it's dark and you're feeling around in here, you can hit that thing a lot more easily. Flip it around. Kitchen. We've got metallic, magnet-friendly refrigerator inserts. That's not a big deal, but it does turn this from just a cheap wood panel into something that's actually useful. You can get the little chip clip magnet things and you can actually make that space function. And moving forward is where you start to see those little ocean breeze accents come in. But look at that, like, tactical, digital, modern panel they have on there. Man, that looks cool. It just looks cool. It's fun in here. It was never fun in a Freedom Express before. It was cool. I mean, it was like you could look at it and be like, wow, this is really sharp. This is well done. But it wasn't fun. This is fun, you know? So we've talked about the taller cabinets. We've talked about the waterproof countertops. But notice how they extended it out here. But not only did they extend it outward, they extended it over a little bit so that you're getting 2 plywood boxed full extension drawers. And you still have room for the Freedom Express utensil drawer. They don't call it that. I call it that. I think it's a perfect name because it wraps around just like a U-dinette around the sink. It's the best use of space under a sink ever. Instead of those stupid, worthless sponge drawers, you get something that actually has, segmented silverware storage. Now, you've got that free-floating Coleman grill outside. Let's say you want to go over to Bill's campsite. You can take your silverware with you and head on over there. You can, wrap this like around the plates and things to help keep them in place. It's just so smart what they've done here. Big storage underneath the sink. They didn't waste anything. Stone cast sink. It can withstand heats of up to 500 degrees before it starts to fail. So if you've got a pot that you've been boiling over here, you can set the pot directly in this and it's not going to melt it because it's not plastic. And they went with the bigger farmhouse sink here because that's you can actually put big stuff in it. Nice fitted sink cover, so that can be prep space. And this beautiful, not inexpensive hardwood food grade cutting board here on top of the stove. That's the Freedom Express exclusive thing. I've seen that in literally no other brand of trailer. And my lord, do we carry a number of different brands here at Haylett RV. But this is awesome. It's heavy duty. It's got slots in it, you can see down there, so that it doesn't wiggle around in transit. But again, just like the silverware drawers floating, that can float. It can be a serving tray. It can be a cutting board. It could be something to get unruly kids in order. Drill some holes in it. Make it a paddle. I'm just saying. You live your life. I'm not judging. Moving forward, we already talked all about the dinette. We have sliding pocket privacy doors for mom and dad, and they put I think they increased the size of the TV in this over last season. I got to do some measuring. But the TV spins to meet the master bedroom. You need to open the sliding pocket doors first. AM, FM, CD, DVD, Bluetooth, and they left all of this nice and open so that if you want to do some extra phone charging or something like that, you can do all that right here. Now, shoe garage by the entry door. That's a little improvement over previous generations. Tiny things, but important things. Do you have this sounds like an infomercial. Do you have a bunkhouse? Are you tired of shoes by the door? Try new shoe garage. Only here's the thing. This is an upgrade that actually costs less money. It's air, ladies and gentlemen. Instead of a cabinet, it's literally the absence of a cabinet, but it's a functional absence of a cabinet. It's crazy. Now, up here in the bedroom, your bedside stands. I've always had household outlets. They were just hard to see. With the lighter, brighter decor, it's a lot easier to see now. And you got USB plugs on both sides of the bed here. So people like me, who are a little tech addicted, where I need USB chargers for everything, you'll notice that you get them on both sides of the bed. So both myself and my wife can charge our phones and our watches all at the same time. Now, a lot of people go, crap! they put the bed right next to the entertainment center. Well, first of all, they actually did leave a little gap right here. But secondly, they have a longer bed. Ultralights often have short camper queens. This does not. Remember, this is a tall person-friendly camper. Not only is it taller inside, it's got a longer 80-inch true queen bed. And again, that little beach house blanket on top. I love it. And it matches their LED lighting better now than than it did in previous years, because the color scheme all works together, which is great. But this is a night light, a reading light. Or you hold it, just like the other one there, bang! She gets to be a nice bright light. We've got an extra vent above the bed for airflow. We've got dedicated bedroom lighting over here. You know, gas and electric water heater, all controlled up here, and the control panel's up where the kids can't mess with it. Isn't that smart? So, I mean, your lights are all in one switch. It just makes so much sense. Everything on this makes so much sense. I love it. So not only is it lightweight, but it's finally light in color. This is fun. I've always had a sweet spot for these. The first time I saw one, I went, oh, buddy, they got something really good here. And I only feel more secure in that statement every day. You know, this is a DSI Quality Award-winning brand. So it's not just pretty, but it's also functional. I've always felt that this is one of the best equipped and best fine detailed brands for someone who actually camps. Not just a salesman, but for the actual owner. This is one of the best brands of camper on the market. I believe that. I think that every camper is good at different things. But as a person who goes camping with experience talking to different customers, I look at this and I say this is an often overlooked brand that needs to get more attention. And they're extremely popular. But if you compare this side by side to something else and really, really make a side-by-side list, you're going to see Freedom Express is a hard cat to beat. So, give us a call, 800-256-5196. We are Haylett RV. We are the state's largest standalone RV dealer. We make deals happen no matter where you are. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.